Hello everyone, I hope everyone's having a great, wonderful day. My name's Neil. If you haven't seen my videos yet, or if you have, then you know that I have end-stage liver cirrhosis along with some other neurological issues. And this channel is about my journey, and today's video I want to talk about milk thistle because I've been getting a lot of comments on my videos lately about trying milk thistle. Have you tried milk thistle? Do milk thistle over and over and over again. So, and here's what I found in my studies. And first I want to tell you, I am not a medical professional, sorry. I can't speak either. And I'm not a doctor. However, though, I do like to do research, and I have looked into this. And so here's what I found, and I'm going to link some of these references, these websites, in the comments as well. So the National Institute of Health, they actually did a study on it. And in that study, it was shown to be inconclusive. And the reason for it is because the information they had available to them, information done by the companies that produce the milk thistle, haven't been very thorough with how they did their testing. For example, they basically, when you do these kind of testings, they do a placebo versus the actual medication, or in this case supplement, and they test it over a certain amount of time, and they test it for different levels of the disease, or they test it with different demographics and things like that. In this case, what had happened was they only had like one placebo, and their time frame they did was anywhere from 7 days to 1 year, and there was very little amount of people done for the study. So the overall whether or not it's beneficial or not definitely was not conclusive. However, though, here's what I found digging into it. One, the side effects of it can actually not be very good if you have cirrhosis. And what do I mean by that? Well, the first one is that it's part of the ragweed family. And if a lot of people have allergens to ragweed, and that can cause itching, rashes, and also other issues if you're ingesting this into your body. So if you have any allergy to ragweed, definitely don't recommend taking this. Another side effect it can cause, and these are common side effects, nausea, vomiting, gastral discomfort. It can cause headaches. All these things we already get pretty much with cirrhosis as it is. So are they just going to make it worse? Not only that, but if you have cirrhosis, anything that could possibly cause vomiting could be dangerous. Why is it dangerous, Neil? I'll tell you. The reason why it's dangerous is because we get what's called varices. And if you have heard of it, then you already know what varices are. If you haven't, I will explain. It's real common to get portal hypertension in liver cirrhosis. What that is, it's the portal vein, that goes through the liver, which is the main source of blood, getting blocked by the liver, because what has happened is the liver has turned all to scar tissue, and it's squeezing on that and restricting the flow. Okay? And now think of it this way. You're driving down the highway and it's all backed up. Cars for miles. But instead of waiting, what happens is everybody starts driving through the cornfields, making their own roads. Well, that's what your veins do. They want to find a way. So they start creating new veins, and these veins are called varices, and they generally go through the esophagus. Well, they are very dangerous because they could burst and cause internal bleeding. I've had about 8 varices binded. That's why if you have cirrhosis, generally they do an EGD, a scope, about once every 3 to 6 months on you to verify for these. And if they are, they put a band around them and they close them off. But anything that causes vomiting could cause those to rupture. And varices don't have any pain. They don't hurt. You don't notice anything until, well, you wind up throwing up that blood. And at that point, it could be very, very dangerous. You may not have a lot of time. So also with it causing stomach discomfort and stomach issues and nausea, that can cause acids, and those acids can eat away at those things and cause them to be even worse. So that is another thing. I'm not willing to take that chance. I don't know about you, but I am not willing to take that chance. Also, the supplement is not found to have any good benefits for cirrhosis. There are some findings that are not comprehensive, that say that they do good at blocking toxins and things like that. However, though, when it comes to cirrhosis, you can actually have an opposite effect, because what's happening is your liver is already dead tissue at that point. It's all scar tissue that is no good. It's not going to regenerate. It's not going to regrow. It's already hardened, and well, that's what cirrhosis is. And trying to process this stuff that may make the liver work harder to cleanse it, unfortunately, it could actually cause other issues. So when the liver is busy processing this herbal supplement, instead of trying to process the proteins and the good things that your body needs, if you look up different forums on this online, like Reddit and different things like that, you will see a lot of people talking about how their numbers went up, not down. They went the other way while taking it. Their MELD scores went up. Their liver enzymes went up. Their other liver numbers that they used to calculate it had gone up. They wound up with more issues while taking it. And that, again, is something I'm not willing to take a chance for. And here's the other question. If there's such good benefits to this, why aren't liver doctors suggesting it? Well, Neil, because it's all about money, and they're not making any money by having you do that. Well, if that was the case, and if taking this herbal supplement gets you another year or two, right? That means a whole nother year or two you continue going to the doctor, which means more money in their pocket, right? So why wouldn't they suggest it? They suggest B12 and other vitamins and things like that they're not making any money on. So why would they not suggest this if there were good things? Because there's not enough information to say that this product is going to help. Unfortunately, when it comes to liver cirrhosis, there's not a whole lot that helps. The only thing that you can do is replenish the things that you have lost and that are not acting properly, like proteins, taking in extra protein. 2 years ago, this month, they gave me 90 days. They said that I'm not going to survive past 90 days. Well, it's been 2 years now. So how have I done it? Well, what I've done was a high protein diet, cutting out the salt, taking my medicines, my protonics, my stomach medicines, taking the lactulose and the Xifaxan and all those other medicines to help protect from the ammonia and the different poisons that milk thistle is supposed to, help remove or help lower, which really there's no proof of that, again, like I said. But in doing that, completely avoiding fast food situations, I think that made a big difference. I think that a lot of those foods, those fatty foods and things like that, definitely are not good for us. We have one body, and we should do the best we possibly can to take care of it. And unfortunately, once you get cirrhosis, well, I mean, how much time you have left before it gets worse? You know, it's a case-by-case situation. Everybody's situation is different, and somebody could do all the right things and get 6 years. Somebody could do all the right things and get 6 months. Everybody's body is different, and everybody's level of cirrhosis is different. Mine is end-stage liver cirrhosis. They did a biopsy, and basically they found the tissue completely to be what they said was burnt out. There was no good tissue left there. There was no sign of any cause of it either. So what causes liver cirrhosis? Well, alcohol's a big one, obviously. I did drink for 2 years, which definitely didn't help. It's not the main cause. Come to find out, my liver had been failing years prior. Liver issues run in my family. And I also found out that I have a neurological disorder that affects the stomach and affects organs and the connective tissue and things like that. So that very well could have had a hand in it as well. So there are a lot of factors involved in liver cirrhosis, and you know how well you're doing, and you know how much time you have, and how many good days you have versus bad days. You only generally see me on good days. I don't generally make videos when I'm having bad days, because I want these videos to be positive. You know, I want to come on here and I want to help people, and I want them to see that, you know, you can have this and still be positive. I try to share my journey so that people that are starting to go through this, because it's a scary situation, you know, and especially if, you know, you've been drinking and alcohol caused it, you know, that's very scary. Because one, you're worried that, oh my gosh, they're going to judge me, or I caused this, and you become really hard on yourself. Well, you're not the only one, and you're not alone. Addiction is a tough thing to break, and it's really common these days. So do not feel bad, you know, that you had an addiction. You know, just make the decision to change and move forward and do the best you can with the situation you got. And that's what I try to do. I try to stay as positive as I can. I try to find purpose. My reptiles are my purpose. I am alone pretty much. I don't have anybody locally, you know, so I did a GoFundMe, and a lot of people have helped out with that. So thank you so much. I am trying to move and come up the money to be able to get a car and to be able to move so that I can get better medical treatment, because the neurological issue is causing me not to be able to eat, because I have basically what's happening is the signal from my brain to my esophagus is messed up. So my esophagus doesn't properly react right to food. So it just holds it and squeezes it and doesn't let it go, or it comes right back up, you know, or it just doesn't let me swallow. So unfortunately with that, I need protein to be able to survive. And over the past few months, my protein has been dropping, and that's not good. You know, lack of protein when you have cirrhosis is definitely not a good thing, because if you're not feeding yourself enough protein, your liver and your body starts eating itself. And then you start turning yellow again, and you start going through all this situation. About 2 months ago, I wasn't able to eat for about 4 days, and I turned all yellow. My MELD score jumped up to about 20. Normally it sits somewhere around 16, but it jumped up to like 20. I lost over 20 pounds in those 4 days. So that's for another video, but a lot of people, they say, have you tried fasting? No, I don't fast because I need the protein and I need the nutrients because my liver isn't processing properly. I mean, if 4 days I can jump from a 16 MELD score to a 20 and I could lose 20 pounds and turn all yellow, then what is fasting going to do? It's not going to do anything good for me. There may be benefits for fasting in a lower stage that I don't know about. Not saying that fasting is a bad thing overall, but I believe for end-stage liver cirrhosis, it's not a great idea. I do believe that anything you see online, including my videos, you should do your own research and you should see your liver doctor and discuss these things with your liver doctor before making any choices. Don't say some guy on YouTube says this, so that's what I'm going to do. That is definitely not a good idea. I just trying to share my journey and share my situation to let people know that you're not alone and that there are people out there that care and there are people that are not going to judge you for choices you've made that maybe put you in the situation you're in. Being alcohol or drugs or fill in the blank, whatever that may be. We're all humans and we all go through things and we all have to fight. And, everybody's situation's different and it is not my place to judge everybody's situations. I have a full-time job judging my own. So, that is between you and yourself. Just a quick update. Recently I had a liver doctor appointment. Not a whole lot's changed except for they're still having trouble getting me into a specialist for the stomach for the esophagus issues. I need to go to a specialist that specializes in neurological disorders. Meanwhile, I'm just told to wait. Feeding tube may be the only option, but feeding tubes are dangerous if you have ascites. I haven't had any fluid built up in a long time because I limit my fluid intake, and that seems to help. So, but if you wind up with fluid buildup, it could pull that tube out, and that could cause fluid breach, and that could be very dangerous. So, I don't have the answer yet, but it's an ongoing, story and situation, and as I get it, I will share it with everyone. But anyway, again, thank you so much for everybody who's donated to GoFundMe. I still have some work to do. I still got to look at getting a vehicle, and it looks like to go where I need to go, I need to have somebody move my stuff for me. That's not cheap. I looked into that. That's crazy what they charge. But, if you're charging for the gas and for the, the labor of people to move it, because I can't move it on my own and I don't have any help here. So, I think they're like $2,000 just to get a mover to move you, But, again, I don't worry about the little things. They will all work out. And we'll keep on going. I'll keep on fighting and keep on making these videos the best I can. So, again, I want to thank you for watching this video. If you'd like to help me with my journey in trying to get better medical help, and also so that I can be closer to my friends and have that support, so that if I ever do get a transplant, I have a support system intact, because they won't give a transplant if you don't have somebody willing to take care of you for 6 months. So, but anyway, if you'd like to help me with that, there'll be a link in the description of this video. But you don't have to. I'm just really hoping that somebody gets some help out of this video, and that maybe this helps with the confusion of what Milk Thistle is. And again, can't tell you enough, do your own research. as much as possible before putting anything in your body. All right, everyone, have a beautiful, wonderful week. Take care of yourselves and stay blessed.